What are some major events, adventures, trips, or vacations that happened in your life? And elaborate on one that means a lot to you or that you learned a lot from it.
A few major events in the past few years greatly shaped who I am as a person today. In the first place, I decided to study abroad in France after my freshman year of college. I loved being immersed in the culture, and it was the best way for me to learn the language. Although I was only there for a month and a half, and therefore did not become fluent in French, I definitely learned a lot more than I did in the semester that I had previously taken of French. The food there was also amazing, and I came home with a host of new recipe ideas, and I've been cooking French food for my family ever since. A second major event occurred when brother and sister-in-law had their first child, and I became an aunt. Now they have 2 kids with a third on the way, and being an aunt has been an incredible experience. A third major event was the summer that I spent doing research in California in 2013. Before this point, I didn't think that I would be interested in research at all, but I needed a summer job, and so I applied to this program. The program was a National Science Foundation research experience for undergraduates, which is fully funded by the National Science Foundation, and it allows undergraduate students to go and get a taste of what research would be like. I figured it was a long shot, but I thought I'd try anyway. I ended up getting accepted into the program, and I was so shocked that I kind of didn't even really want to go. I wanted to stay home with my family for the summer, and I knew California was really, really far away. But I went anyway, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. I waded through icy rivers and battled swarms of mosquitoes to collect gas samples, and I spent countless hours trying to coax a gas chromatography machine to work so that I could analyze those gas samples. However, I also experienced the thrills of spotting trends in data and discussing their potential significance with other scientists. Through these experiences, my desire to pursue a career in research crystallized. As an added benefit, I was able to explore and live in one of the most beautiful parks in the country, with hiking trips at least once a week.
What are some of your interests or hobbies?
I guess you want to hear some things about me other than my love for science, and that's understandable because I know that a lot of people don't share that love. One of my other greatest loves is my love for food, for baking, and for cooking. Thankfully, most people do share that love. The first time I traveled to Europe, my senior year of high school, I came home and was like, why in the world do we not have as many delicious baked goods as they have in patisseries all over France? So I decided if I couldn't buy it here, I would just learn how to make it myself, and that's exactly what I did. Ever since then, I've become known among my friends and family as the pastry chef who hasn't gone to culinary school. Although I would love to go to culinary school at some point, I've realized that you can learn a great deal by reading cookbooks and also just by practice. A second hobby of mine is music. I love singing, I love listening to music, and I also play the piano and the flute. I think music is one of the greatest soothers of the soul, and you can often find me walking around my house singing. As Virgil says, let us go singing as far as we go, the road will be less tedious.